I was dumb enough to put my phone number on one of our records.
How did that turn out?
I got like 5 people who figured out what area code it is, and then I get like these cute little messages every time Just Friends does something or Mom Jeans does something. Be like, "We're rooting for you, bro. Hell yes."
Welcome to Maximum Zach, everyone. Today we have Just Friends. What's up?
What's up?
Dude, your guys' show was so sick last night. It was so fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We had a lot
Thanks
of
for
fun
coming.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Thank you guys for coming. Thanks for having me at the show, dude. I literally started listening to you guys kind of late, but I love the music so much, dude.
Thank you.
It's never too late.
True.
Never too late.
Welcome one, welcome all.
Yeah, I'm definitely Just Friends crew now.
Let's go. Yeah, when we saw you post on Twitter the Fever video or the lyrics,
yeah,
the whole group chat was lit, bro.
Hell yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I saw. I definitely was just like, dude, I fucking love this. I couldn't stop playing it. I was playing it a lot.
Do you know what song?
Fever.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it was Fever.
Thanks.
That was one of the, I don't know, I was stuck in my head for like weeks. Still is sometimes.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure that people hear that song. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we originally put it out in like 2019, like right before the pandemic, and like I had this whole grand vision for this like music video with this red car and like this barbecue and everything. And then the label was like, "That's not how we do things around here." And I was like, "Bro, what? Come on now." And then pandemic happens, all this stuff. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Yo, we're gonna cancel student loans." They're like, "No, f- that, no way." And then our label's like, we put out the record and like, they're like, well, "So what are we gonna do now? Like, it's out for a couple months. How do we promote it?" And they were like, "Let's do a video for Fever." And I was like, well, motherfuckers. Okay. And then we did it.
We got the car.
We got the fucking car.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you guys got the car.
Yeah.
Car was sick.
It broke down a couple times.
Oh, yeah?
Hell it did. Yeah, we used that. What's that? That Turo or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And none of us were of age to rent the car. Yeah, and so
that's funny.
I
didn't even know there was like an age thing on there.
My roommate.
One of the guys who started was originally in Just Friends, and then he now plays in that Safe Face band.
Okay.
And we're like, "We need someone who's 30 plus, bro. Please help us out."
Dang.
And it was awesome too. And he came down, and we were just ripping it on the freeway, like,
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, dude.
It was really fun. It was cool. And it's one of those things where, like, the publicist we were working with at the time, she was, like, pitching the record. And, like, we had a tough time with that record because pandemic, obviously, and, like, it got shelved, like, 4 or 5 times because with vinyl back orders. And then also we're a band that, like, is a lot younger. And they're like, "Oh, well, we want to put the record out when you can tour and promote it." And they've seen a lot of bands like put it out and fail and this, and then so they were trying to protect us. And I think in the end it kind of like it was a lukewarm response to that record. People are finding out about that record just now, which is pretty funny to me. But then like their publicist, she brought up Lizzo, for example, and like Truth Hurts, that song, remember, it took over 2019. Yeah. She put that in 2017. Yeah. And it wasn't until I got a placement in like a Netflix show that it blew up. And now, bona fide celebrity getting sued by everybody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's how it is. Our publicist is like, there's no expiration date now. Especially with like, TikTok and this and that, all the stuff that everyone talks about. It's like, the one positive I will say is that the expiration date on some of these things, cannot exist sometimes. So we're still pushing it. People are pushing old songs. even like this band Slow Dive, for example, like old school like shoegaze band.
Yeah.
Like picked up on like TikTok now. It's like now they're the biggest they've ever been, and the guy's daughter's like, what the heck is my dad's band doing popular as hell now? It's like
TikTok really does that for people. Like it'll popularize something that's like old, like out of nowhere, dude. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, like you remember the band Super Heaven?
Yeah, dude, I just did a parody of a Super Heaven song.
That's so
yeah.
dope. Yeah,
of that youngest song. I guess it was already trending or something.
Yeah.
But I heard it randomly and I just came up with a parody.
That's
and released
awesome.
It.
Nice.
Yeah, we did a parody of them like years ago on SoundCloud, and I listened to it actually in the van like 2 days ago. It was called Pit and Griddle. But yeah, I remember when that record came out and they were called Daylight until they got sued or something.
What did they get sued for?
They were in a band called Daylight, and then I think somebody came for that name, so they had to change the name to Super Heaven.
Okay.
And because that Life in a Jar record was originally released 10 years ago as Daylight. And but yeah, now, for example, that Youngest Daughter song, 10 years old, crushing it. They're probably making a cool grip, or someone's making a cool grip on that Spotify change.
Someone is.
But it's cool to see, and it's trickling down too. Like, we have a friend named Matt Berry, and our guitar player Matt Yanko were in a band called Happy Diving that was really popular like in the local scene for a while, and it's like heavy guitar rock. And they haven't been a band for years, and they're seeing it trickle down to them because they're Spotify related to Super Heaven. It's like they're like up with our numbers, or like a band that's been touring our asses off and doing it. They've been haven't been a band for years.
Yeah, that shit's just fucking wild to me, dude.
Yeah. It sucks ass.
So, how long have you guys been together?
We celebrated 10 years this year.
10 years.
Yeah, because we started like right out of high school, some of us, and then.
Did you all meet in high school, or how did you guys meet in general?
I was in the band's named after the jazz song "Just Friends." Yeah, the Doc Silverson version, I think. You can cut and throw it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sick.
Like right here or whatever.
Copyright straight.
Straight up. Yeah, whatever that. Yeah, it wasn't that. You see that Drake thing? He like strategically totally fucked over that white girl. It was so annoying with her podcast.
Oh yeah.
Bobby, whatever. God, fucking, thank God. Like, me and Ovi, who plays trumpet and like sample pad and everything, like we were in jazz band together, and then through that, like, we met Ben, who's the drummer. Like, he was at the other high school over there doing that. Like, and then just through, band and stuff like that, we started like a band with horns and like, playing at like laser tag places and would pop up like DIY
That's
shows.
awesome.
And where we're from, it was like this little like freeway called 680, and it goes down like this. You gotta pull up a graphic too, you know what I'm saying? You know the band Story So Far?
Yeah.
They're from Walnut Creek, which is at the top of the freeway, I would say. And then we're kind of towards the bottom, like Dublin, Pleasanton, Fremont, like, and at this point, we're all like probably like 20, 21, 22-ish. Like, we're playing shows, and we're not really cool. Like, we got emails being like, do not contact us with this joke music. And like, so we just threw our own shows, like I'm saying, the DIY stuff. And then it'd be strategic, like everyone's in college or whatever. It's like, so the Dublin crew would throw the Christmas show. The Pleasanton crew's throwing the Thanksgiving show. The Fremont crew's throwing the spring break show. And we would just have this kind of cool community. And like, that's how we all kind of met and formed this, and all from that 680 corridor of like suburbs that melt into each other, I would say.
Yeah. I'm from, I met everybody when I was like 22?
Something like that, 21, 22.
Like that. Yeah. But I'm from Mexico City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was interesting. I remember being hella jealous of Just Friends because I was in a different band.
Yeah.
And everybody loved Just Friends, and I did not like that. But it worked out. It's funny because my boyfriend at the time, like, would leave during my birthdays to tour with just friends. And I was, like, young, you know? I was like, my boyfriend has to love me over everything. And I was, like, testing him, you know? And, like, obviously he's 22. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's funny now, like, how things have turned out for me.
I poached her from that band.
Yeah,
originally that dude was playing, he would fill in guitar because everyone's all over the world or the country for school. Like our guitar player was in Philly for a minute. Like Ovi's in Seattle. Like we're all spread out, and like that's why like all the shows happened on these like breaks. And so they had a band in Fremont, and like they were part of. And then once I heard the band was kind of ending, and maybe there's some stuff on the rocks.
Yeah, we didn't get along anymore.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna take that superstar, and you know, 'cause I can't sing, bro. Like what? Yeah.
I didn't even know. I was just kind of like, because also we like hated each other for a little bit because of that group of. There was just some weird shit, like little kid ass drama going on between like his group of people and my group of people. And so we just like were at like different ends, and we were like hearing like shit talked about each other.
At the party or whatever with the cup and like looking across.
Yeah, like who the fuck is that?
Like
and
it's on the mall too. We're still doing it.
We're still friends too.
Okay.
But yeah, we hated each other, and like some years went by. Like I didn't see a couple of those people anymore. Or I still in that band. You know, practicing every week, but not really doing anything at all. Yeah. And, he hit me up for, like, backup vocals, and I was like, yeah, for sure. And we were just both like, yeah, sick, let's fucking do it. And I didn't know I was in the band until we were on tour, and I was standing in a parking lot in Florida, like, stomping on some dust with people, like, clapping, making chants, and I was like, oh, maybe I am in the band.
Yeah, cause we toured, like, on our first record, which, like, we, you know, I don't think I'll ever play more shows with people versus empty shows. You know, I spent like weeks playing to nobody, like, you know, racking up credit card debt, trying to make this dream happen. And then we went on this tour, and by the end of it, we call it the Core Four in the band. It's me, the drummer, Brandon, the guitar player, and Ovi. By the end of it was like a 6 or 7, 8 week tour, and we slept in the van of it. By the end of it, it was just the four of us to finish the tour. Like halfway through it, so many people flew home and like and just gave up. Like
just dropping off.
Like
dude.
Can't quit. Like on like the my bar, you know. That's why I was like, yo, you rent the car for us, my man, right? Like you owe me that one time.
You owe me at least that.
And so this is also too right around Donald Trump got elected. Like we played Providence. Rhode Island with this video game rock band, and there's like 5 or 10 people there, and I just remember like Kent was like kind of feeling sick or whatever, and then he woke up the next morning being like, take me to the airport right now. And then we were like, huh? And then but by the end of it we did this tour, and we had played all these shows on this record, and we were like, let's fucking pack it up. Like my mom was like, yo, when you moving the fuck out and getting a job, my brother.
Damn.
And I was like, just one more tour, Mom, I swear.
Didn't you put you in a garage for a little bit?
Yeah, I was living in the garage, like sleeping next to the paint and stuff, like trying to make this happen. Like
I've lived in many garages.
Yeah, and then but we had these 2 songs that were like we were not recorded yet, and they were like a total genre shift. It kind of felt like we were doing like funky, groovy, like pop punk stuff, emo stuff. Like I think, like, you know, I was like screaming my balls off about like, you know, sad stuff, and it was very confessional. And and then we kind of realized like, oh wow, like we want to, before we hang it up, like we want to record these 2 songs that were like kind of more groovy, like No Doubt, Red Hot Chili Peppers realm, like funk rock, like with the horns and everything. We wanted to do that, and then, you know, I always had this bigger grand vision, like a Bruno Mars band, like we're all wearing the same stuff, like getting down 70s Soul Train style, and I was like, we need the what are we lacking here? We're lacking like the number 1 hit front singer, like, and then all came around, and I was like, well, let's try to. We didn't do any tours for like 6 months, and we're like, let's record these 2 songs. And then that's when I called her, and we're like,
awesome.
yo, what's up? And then we made that tape, and then we made this record called Nothing But Love. And then in summer of 2018, we went out, and like that's when we kind of like realized, oh, like this is something like special. Like we did like a 15-day U.S. tour across and back to the Bay, and we sold out half the shows, and like we all made money for the first time, and the internet was like talking shit about us, being like, what is this weird? It's like, and then people were like, people were digging it too, and we were making the music that we wanted to make, like, you know, being ourselves, and we're like, okay, this is cool. And then at the same time as like the other band that I'm in now is Mom Jeans, like that's when we put out the second record, and then we were doing like proper club tour for the first time. And I wasn't in the band yet, but Eric was like, I want Just Friends to open up those tours, because Eric and I grew up together in the like that Dublin Pleasanton thing. Like he was a band kid too, and like, you know, we all grew up together like in these, you know, playing in ska bands and doing all that stuff. And then it was like fall 2018 is when we really hit the first club tour, and we got hooked up with an agent, and one of us in the crew kind of stepped up to be the manager of like the bands, and it really kind of fell into place. And then we started really hitting it, and then we finally got the fucking car, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So like when you were like opening for Mom Jeans, like when you're on tour with Mom Jeans, so did it suck like having to play like as like do both? Was it tiring? At least
they love it.
We loves
it.
Loves
it.
Yeah, I love it. I do. It was like Free Throw was on that tour, and they unfortunately caught COVID for some of it.
Fuck.
And so Just Friends moved up to the direct slot, and we got to play longer. So I was playing for even longer, and I was like back to back instead of having a break.
God.
So I was like on stage like 2 hours or something like that the whole time, just like nonstop.
That's gnarly, dude.
But yeah,
kicks and like cartwheels and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you have some moves, dude.
Thank you.
You really do.
Thank you so much. I try, you know, I practice in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we've done that a bunch of times. Like everyone's playing, you know what I mean? Like one time we were even stupid enough to do 3 bands that we all play in, and we did. You remember when we did the 3 shows in Boston? We did
yeah, dude, that was crazy. But it was also really cool. Like we played
a matinee.
Was there an overnight drive before?
Yeah, we played Philadelphia on Halloween.
Yeah.
And then
with the overnight drive.
Because we had to because this agent thought it was a great idea to hit the matinee show because the first show sold out and there's no bigger venue, so we played at noon in Boston. Philly to Boston, already a long drive. Matinee show, the actual show, and then we hit the after secret show at it was her name's Sana. She used to work at a good friend of ours. She used to work at this record label that we're all a part of, Counterintuitive Records, and her dad owns like a what is it, a car shop.
Yeah.
And so we threw a show afterwards. We played 3 sets, and like all of us played like a gajillion times. And
I remember having so much fun that day though, and just feeling like super loopy from no sleep and like all the caffeine and I don't know, like probably chips for lunch, you know?
Yeah.
We're a sugar-free Red Bull band for show.
But the shows were crazy. Boston I love Boston. Boston loves us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to Boston yet. I'm going to do stand-up there soon.
Nice. You know where?
Not exactly sure.
Are you nervous?
Not really. I mean, I will be like right when it's about to happen.
I know what you mean.
But lately now it's just been like I'll get like slightly nervous and I'll just be like fuck, like just gotta do this, and then I just go up there and fucking do it, and hopefully I don't suck.
Yeah, you know, you like Angel Dust?
Yeah, the band or the drum.
Yeah.
Angel Dust is sick, dude.
Yeah, Justice is a big inspiration, I think, to us, and like I was listening to his podcast with the guy from Touche Amore or whatever, and he was saying something like how he doesn't think about the show beforehand. I guess he rips mushrooms and then doesn't think about the show. It times it out, and he wants to go out there as a feral animal. And then what happens. And I listened to that right before he left, and I was like, "That's not what I do. I'm usually asleep right before we go."
Literally asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to think about it too much. Like, I used to, like, overthink it, and then I would be, like, snorting fucking Percocet before I would go on stage and shit. I'd be, like, fucked up. And then now I'm, like, doing everything sober. It's, like, different. Like, I have to feel all these feelings. Fuck.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started being sober for shows. Because, like, when I first started touring, I don't know, there was always weed.
Yeah.
And it's easy to just, like, hit all that stuff and then
the rider too.
Yeah, and like be nervous on stage and not want to like whatever. But I don't know. I told myself like, if you really wanted to be here, you would be here like completely. So. Yeah. But it does help a little bit sometimes. It does make the show a little bit better sometimes.
Helps sometimes.
I'll hit it once in a while.
Yeah. What about we were on that 2018 tour? Like that was like. We played this place called The Saint in New Jersey, and like I was like stressing out, not feeling. I was like, oh man, I feel so fat. And I'm really like, oh my god, what the hell? And then like Bart from Mom Jeans too was like, I'm feeling the same way. Like, oh my god. So we went down to this bar and we hit 6 Jaeger bombs like for both of us. Came back, I'm still stressed out about something, and then like. Eric from Mom Jeans is like, all right, here's this weed, like, lollipop. And I was like, oh, wait, what? And then he was like, all you gotta do is not, and I just bit the whole thing and swallowed it. He goes, exactly what you just did. And so then I'm like, losing it. I'm like, and I got the fucking lollipop thing. Like, there's all these photos of it, of me like, and I'm like playing. I had to play 2 sets too.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I remember the look on your face. Like, we were on mid-set, and I'm just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I look over at him, and he's just like, and he's got this, like, stick. You know, the, like, stick is, like, swollen because it's so soggy. He's just like, I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, then my profile picture for years was I'm sitting down, and our friend who's like a photographer, like, captures this photo of me, like, looking up, like, and her, like, handing me a water bottle. And it's still my Venmo picture or something.
It's cute.
Yeah.
You got this like very thoughtful, like curious quality.
But congratulations to hitting it, you know. Hitting it without the stuff. I know it can be kind of different, you know what I'm saying?
It definitely is. Yeah.
I get in trouble way more. I'm talking so much shit on stage. Like, motherfuckers be calling me.
Dude, it's so funny watching you talk shit on stage. I was like, dude, please, like, talk more. Like, I don't want you to get in trouble, but this is hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes, too, it doesn't even get back to the bands, too. It's like, I was at this festival. Mom Jesus was playing this festival, and like this dude in the band was walking up, and I thought he was about to be like, "Yo, what's up?" And I was like, "What's up, my man?" I was like, "Are you coming here for an apology?" And he's like, "Apologize for what? We've never met." And I was like, "All right, let me tell you this whole long story about my life and how this whole thing affected me." And he's like, "Only thing I know about you guys is that Mom Jesus is cool, Just Friends is cool, and we should do some shows together." And I was like. Man, somebody up in this thing is not telling you. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's all fake. It's all you know. It's all. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Fake?
You know, it's like it's just one of those things where I feel like I don't know. This industry, as you probably know, it's like lacks like transparency sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like the closer you get to being transparency, the closer you are to being ostracized. So I like to walk the line on stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But also it's like fun.
It's fun. It's like rap used to have beef. Why can't emo and pop punk have beef? It sells records, right?
I love that. That
Yeah.
would be sick, dude.
Yeah, it's like we used to have beef with Hot Mulligan back in the day because one of their one of their old members or something like said something mean about us right during that 2018 tour.
Yeah.
And then for years we were like, I don't know about and now we had sad summer together. We're like, we're all cool and and one of them came up to me at that same festival was like, we're sorry about that. And I was like, yo, that is very beautiful that you would still it means that you would apologize to us, bro. And you didn't even say it, but it's that where it's sometimes you need that edge or whatever to I don't know,
people
get inspired,
Yeah.
You always want to feel counted out. It's something because I feel like Just Friends has always been counted out for being a band that's got 7 people playing music that's not necessarily the
easy to understand.
Yeah. It's we've been, like I said, joke band, this, that, or the classic, you'll never make it because you have 7 people. How do you guys make money? It's just we're doing our own thing. We're a family, bro.
Fuck yeah.
We're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I was
what
always
matters.
wondering how giant ska bands make money.
Yeah.
With tons of horns and everything.
Yeah, I mean every band is different. We learned a long time ago that the socialism stuff, is the way to go because we're all here together. We're all pulling the same weight. We're all loading the van. We're all doing that. And that's we're all here together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fucking we got each other's backs. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
And I don't want to make I ain't trying to I've heard bands be like, oh, the singer makes this much, and everyone's just like, oh,
yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have conflicts with other people, not my friends.
That stuff doesn't make sense to me at all. The way that we do it is, it's just I'm good at stuff, you're good at stuff. We do it together. We help each other, and we share everything because we're all sharing the shit. So we might as well share the good stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems obvious, but I guess not everybody does it like that.
I don't know. No one's making money. No one's making money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No one makes money.
Yeah, the
Who
other
makes
day.
money, period.
Ever.
There's this dude at the Arizona show, this tour, who was like, "Why you I walked out in the hoodie with the sunglasses, full character, and I was on my you ever played Jack and Daxter as a kid?
Yes.
Bro, I was on fucking Dark Jack mode for show,
So sick,
absolute
dude.
dark eco running through my veins and
Jack 3 was my shit, dude.
bro, yes.
With the GTA stuff in it, dude. That was fire.
stealing
Was that
the
2 or
ships.
was that 2 or 3?
2, you were able to
Steal the.
That was where you really were ripping it.
It was 2.
And then I forget the storylines for 1, but I know that Jack 1 is so hard to beat because you have give me this many precursor orbs or whatever, and it's me and my brother would fight over that game too, and it's whose turn is it or whatever. Yeah, my brother Momo. But then fucking I was dark Jack mode, and the guy was like, "What's wrong?" Blah blah blah, and I was I hit him with this thing, being like, "Bro, I had to pay my taxes, I had to pay my student loan, I had to pay my car insurance, and the doggy daycare bill, and the garbage all in one day. I watched all my money disappear a couple hours before this gig, so I'm feeling like Dark Jack right now, bro." I had so much fun, but it was just something. It was a funny talking point. But yeah. But then I ended up I was so pissed off. I googled which senators and Congress people blocked the Biden student loan. I called one of them, bro. I called Jared Gold, whatever the hell, from Maine. It's
fuck you, dude.
I literally said, I was like, "Can I talk to my man?" And he's like, "No, you can take a message." And I said, "All right, you ready?" I was like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm gonna find you. I don't give a fuck if I end up on a list. You motherfucker." Blah, 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 blah. And then Brandon, who does my taxes, sitting there being not surprised. And then I was like, "Did you get that?" And the guy was like, "If you're gonna use language like that, I'm not." And I said, "Well, guess what? Fuck you too." I found that out you could just call these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So we played Maine once. It was actually the show after Kent left, surprisingly enough. He dropped him off at the Boston airport, and then we drove to Bangor, Maine, and played to like... It was actually a cool show, I'm not going to lie. But that's when I decided, merch, pay whatever you want for the rest of the tour. $5, 25 cents. The band's going to break up after this. Who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But, now we're here.
Fuck yeah.
But, yeah. If you ever get mad, Google the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They got their notes. It's all everywhere, I was dumb enough to put my phone number on one of our records.
How did that turn out?
I got like 5 people who figured out what area code it is, and then
I
get like these cute little messages every time Just Friends does something or Mom Jeans does something. Be like, "We're rooting for you, bro! Hell yes!" And it'd be like, yeah. I was on one of my first ever dates with my girlfriend a couple years ago, and I was telling her about she's not really in like the music world at all. She's a librarian. And and I'm telling her this or whatever, and then one of them actually calls me, while I'm on the date, and I put it on speaker, and they goes like, "Is this Sammy? Is this the guy?" And I was like, "What's up, my man?" He goes, "I'm calling from Montana. I didn't think it would be you, bro. Wow."
Oh yeah.
But I can't undo that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I specifically took out the area code, but it's not too hard. We ripped the Bay pretty hard, so there's only a handful,
Yeah. So, what's like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you guys on tour?
What kind of story do you want?
Crazy,
You want
whatever comes to mind.
The one that I thought I would tell him this one is when we got ripped off at a show at a house show on our first ever tour. The guy was like the biggest douchebag to us ever, and then I never would do crazy stuff because I never wanted to make Kent mad.
Yeah.
Because because I didn't want to it's a reflection of the band. But this is before B was in the band too. But you remember this one? The guy shafted us. We were the touring band, and we played last. They put the local right before us. He didn't call anybody into the show. We played to 10 people. There's probably 100 kids outside drinking. Everything. The guy did not care. Brandon complimented his shirt. And was like, "Hey, I really like your shirt, bro." And then the guy's like, they tell me that it was a Rolling Rock shirt. He's like, "People tell me that all the time, man." Totally,
Oh my God.
And then I was I went to go get the money.
I would never compliment anyone again. Dude, I'm just gonna keep my compliments to myself.
Yeah, it was so weird too. It was like, oh my God, and so we played this house. And then I go get the money. He's like, "Dude, there's no money for you, bro. I gave it to the other bands." And I was like,
"Oh,
what?
Is that the guy with where you took revenge?"
I took revenge. Yeah, I took full on. As I walked down. It was weird because the house is on this ledge, and I walked down to the van, and I see the guys all standing there and they're like, "Oh, what happened?" And I was like, "He didn't pay us." And then he's like, they're like, what? And then Kent looks at me, and at this point, Kent is like, Kent and I grew up together, one of my best friends. He looks at me and he goes, "Did you do anything about it?" And I was like, "You want me to do something about it?" I was stuck. I ran back there and I found this guy where he has his laundry. I pissed in his Tide Pods, and then I pissed all over the fucking walls. And I trashed this kid's fucking laundry room and fucking shit. And then
never gonna have a nice shirt again. Dude.
I did. Yeah, I was pouring fucking soda in his other laundry detergent. I was fucked his shit up, and then I hope that guy fucking dies, bro. That's one of the crazy ones. I took revenge.
Yeah.
But I was so pissed off. That happens so many times. That's the sad thing is when you're doing the DIY stuff. Back in the day, it's we played another show in LA one time. It was called Space 42, and these suicide girls lived there or something. And the guy threw the show, and we brought 150 kids there, and the dude just took off with the money. And then, and then it's we had to do the thing where it's you call and track this dude down and you freaking like find these like it's sad shit like that. Same thing. One time we played Delaware, same thing. Guy took off with all the money. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, how can these people live with themselves? But I guess those it's not. Well, that's a different type of crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Meeting Action Bronson was cool.
Yeah.
He's hecka nice. We partied with the guy from The Fall of Troy one time.
Sick.
Oh, this was a good one. He was like at this. It was called the Loving Touch in Michigan.
Oh.
And his girlfriend or something at the time worked there, but she was out of town. But he would come and like hang out. And he had this. He was wearing a cowboy hat. Yeah. And he had a second cowboy hat for some reason. And then he gives the cowboy hat to me and Ovi, and me and Ovi met in like middle school math or whatever, something, high school math, and we like destroyed this woman's like psyche because we were like the evil twins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, so we know how to annoy somebody, and so like this guy gives me his number, like gives us the hat. I love Fall of Troy. Like they were very like 2007. I was like, this is my band. For the next week, we're taking selfies every day, sending him the fucking. We're out here with the Grand Canyon with the cowboy hat, bro. We're out here at the bar with the. He blocked our numbers, every single
so
one.
Funny.
Yeah,
that's so funny, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Thomas. But yeah, actually, I'm hella not sorry at all.
The craziest thing that happened to me on tour is I drank Eric's pee.
Oh my god! How did that happen?
I don't know. Like, where were we going? I don't know.
It's
what
the 2018 tour.
Was it Puppy Love?
It was the Grad Life tour, I think.
Oh my god! So 2018, I went in the Mom Jeans van because we just had so many people. Mm-hmm. And we were still touring with like multiple horns, right? So
yeah, we had a big posse.
We had a bigger band than we do now. So I went in this other van because there's more space. Like it's gonna be better for you. It's gonna be awesome. Like whatever, newer van, all this shit. So I'm like, all right, fill up my shit. The AC broke down on the first drive to Texas. It was like 23 hours of just purgatory. Nobody said anything. No music was played. Everybody just put their fucking heads down and like suffered, And then near the end, I was almost out, but I woke up like, you're all crazy. It's like hot. You're sweating.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I had bought a orange body armor, which I think I got from you. He got me into body armor.
I love body armor.
It's delicious. It's so good. And you know how the label is like on the whole. Oh, sorry. 1 minute silent. Yeah, and you know how the whole label like wraps the whole bottle, and then you just kind of see some colors, right? Yeah, and so I was like, I got morning brain. I'm like, oh, where's like that body armor I just bought yesterday? I found it. It was full. I was like, here's my fucking
no.
And then I took a sip. Immediately, I knew what it was. I just spit it out, and my brain. I remember doing like the math. My brain was just like, I'm just gonna skip this. I'm not even gonna fucking react. I was so fucking, and I'm also like a germaphobe, kind of like from people germs. So I would just, the like fuse broke, you know, and I was just like, yeah.
That's so gnarly.
And that's it. And I think about that occasionally.
I found that there's bands that pee in bottles on drives, and there's bands that don't. And Mom Jeans is a band that pees in bottles. Just Friends is a band that will stop. We get made fun. We're the band that stops.
I made you a band that stops because they also peed in bottles, and there was this whole like arms race to be like, who's gonna get to the next place first? And me and Sam used to fight because like I had to pee all the time, and he thought I thought like they didn't want to let me pee. And he thought I was like, fuck you guys, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, we pee now. It's pretty awesome.
I used to pee in the bottles for show, and
I'm
very anti it now. I'm there like just pulled pull off the side,
over.
hop out, look at the tumbleweed.
It's so nice. You you pee on a tumbleweed, you move on.
There's always an iPhone charger crushed.
A monster can, you know. Some birds living in it. Yeah.
We did bathroom reviews on this tour.
Yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they're hard. They're like a lot of editing is involved, but
Where's the worst bathroom?
Worst bathroom was on this tour was that truck stop.
Oh,
like, you couldn't even breathe.
Oh my god.
What did it look like in there?
It was
like a truck stop in the middle of the desert, and it was just like
those wide open, you know, there's like benches over there and like some
the whole thing just
looking
smelled like
shit.
shit. Like you couldn't even like it was like in your throat.
Yeah.
I woke up like, and I just called him. I said, get the fuck out of, we're leaving, bro.
Dude.
Like we're now. Like I don't give a
we parked like way across too because like the guy driving like had to shit so bad that his brain turned off, and he just parked. He parked as soon as he got in the lot and walked the rest of the way. And so I have like van brain again, and I'm just like walking, you know, minding my business, like thinking about a little stop. And then when I don't know, when it hit me, it was too late. It was one of those bathrooms, you know, they're like a big ass hole on the ground, and it just has like
you came out with tears in
receptacles.
your eyes.
Yeah.
I fucking opened the door. Oh, and I had a like face wipe trash with, you know, it's like scented because girl shit is scented, and so I'm like, I'll just put this over my nose while I use the bathroom. It'll be fine. I get in there, take my first breath. I was like, fuck. I turned around, fucking ran out, like gagging and choking, and like I almost puked.
There's flies everywhere. Yeah. I rallied everybody. I was like, we are out this motherfucker. Out. I don't even care. You know.
It's been a rough one.
Yeah. When he's like waddling, he's like in the middle of it, she's waddling back like. But,
and I was just making as much drama as possible, honestly, because I'm already choking. So like, I want to flail and be like, like I can't fucking breathe, and everybody's just like laying back on like some bench, like looking up at the sky and just like peacefully.
And Ovi, a smart ass Ovi is just like, so. You didn't want to do a bathroom review of that one, huh? Like, but
where was the cleanest bathroom at? That you've encountered so far?
The best one.
I wish I knew the name, but there's this where we're from in Dublin, Pleasant, San Ramon area. Like this family company took over all these gas stations and just like laid waste with the bathrooms, and now they're like freaking like 5-star like crazy like beautiful bathrooms, and they have like scented stuff and candy and all this stuff, and they got a card that says like, if you like our bathrooms, like please let us know how we can. But I wish I knew the name, but you know, on this tour, I don't know.
Loves is always like
we're a Loves band.
Doable.
Yeah.
You don't.
I hate TNA or whatever. TA, absolute worst. Absolute, it's always so bad.
Yeah. And Brandon always picks the worst bathrooms. Our guitar player, like, when he drives, dude, I honestly like dread it because he drives kind of fast. And whenever there's like a pee stop, he picks like gas station that looks like a triangle, or like, you know, it doesn't.
The one that's got the one stall with the key and everything. It's like, we're gonna be here for like. You should have just drove like 10 more minutes to the freaking Loves, and then we all can go to the bathroom.
It was across the bridge. It wasn't even fun.
But he bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
He tries. He just got bad. Sometimes he's just got the bad luck. You know what I mean? Like, this is the one. Like, come on, guys. Like.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, he's adventurous like that, so he like that's his vibe. So. He's like, oh, let me try something new.
He'll buy the canned fish from that gas station.
He gets sardines all the time. Go. He used to eat them in the van, too. Sam would be so fucking mad at him every time. He'd be like, what? They're good for you.
Spoon in the back. Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised he's a freaking Eagle Scout, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's Brandon's personality.
I've known Brandon since the first grade.
Still an Eagle Scout.
So.
What's your, like, go-to tour snack, like, when you're at a gas station?
Now that I'm a little older, I'm hitting the the Gatorade Zeros and the Gator Lights, you know.
Gator lights are fire.
Those are cool. Back in the day, it was always Glacier Freeze and a fast break is going to solve all my problems. Now, our friend Noah, who plays in a bunch of bands, he invented this thing called the Snacksident, which you go in there and you roll the dice on like the craziest thing, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've never abandoned the Snacksident, but I don't hit it as often.
Sometimes, like, I'll be walking through the gas station, like, we're all kind of zombied out, like, and I just see Sam and his hair's like this, and he's like, I'm about to have a snacksident. Pretty awesome. I'm like, yeah, it's a good tour. I've been rotating my drinks this tour. I'm usually a coconut water.
Coconut water.
A coconut water. A Coca-Cola, coconut water, and a water. And we have this joke, because, like, one time, Sam was like, you want me to get you something? And I said, oh, yeah, can I get a coconut water? And he goes, okay, yeah. And he comes back and, like, he's doing something, and I'm looking through his bag, and I see a Coke, and I'm like, oh, good for you, delicious. And then I see a water bottle, and I was like, oh, you didn't get my drink. And then we're kind of just sitting there, and we look at each other, and I was like, you didn't get me my coconut water? And he was like, your coconut water? And then
That's so
but yeah,
funny.
it was pretty funny. But yeah, my snacks, they're these chips called sabritones. Have you had them?
I don't think so.
Chili lime.
Sounds
so
fire though.
good.
Hella fucking good.
Only
it's like,
$2.
yeah, so
that
good.
sounds good.
They're like they're square, and they're like, I don't know, puffy wheat.
Kind of like pork grindy, but like not
but it's not pork.
stale.
Yeah, and it's very delicious. And I lick them, like I lick the seasoning off, and then I like munch them little by little. That's how I eat them. And this one tour, there was a person who we can't name, but this was when we were like still cool, and I'm eating my snacks, and like somebody passes the joint, so I had licked my guy, and I put it back in the bag. I was like, hold on, I'm gonna get to you, bro, but I gotta hit this first. And I got distracted, and then we're chopping, and then this person's like, yo, can I try those? I was like, please, like, have some. We're also the type of band that's like, what are you eating? Can I get a bite? Like, we always just try everybody's food.
I hit that for the one time.
Yeah, for the one time.
Yeah. And then this person like is like eating them, and they're like, oh, these are really good. Are they supposed to be like kind of soggy? Like, they're kind of good. And I'm just sitting there like, soggy.
I look over and she's like,
And then they saw me, they're like, whoa, what? And I had to confess. But
yeah, that was a good time.
that was so funny. That's one of the stories that lives on. But that's my snack. I also like pop corns or pop something. It's like a kettle corn chip without the kettle
I know
getting
what you're
into
talking
your
about.
teeth. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fuck with that. I've converted a couple people on that snack.
Yeah.
They're fire.
We have a lot of opinions on the snacks too.
Yeah,
but
we
all
do.
share. The Mom Jeans co-rose, come on now. Come on now. But yeah.
So, how's this tour? Like, this tour has been really fun? You guys having a good time?
Yeah, all things, with all the drama and like it going viral because the band dropping, like, so both bands dropping, like,
Yeah.
that whole thing, like, it's been really, really great, and it's like, it's something to, like, it's one of those things where, like, everyone, like, all the suits and all the, like, like I say, it's all fake or whatever earlier, like,
Yeah.
it's all about the narrative, right? Like I said, like, we're in these rooms that, like, possibly don't fit a band that of like Just Friends size, for example, where it's like, we're clearing like 200 kids, 300 kids sometimes more, sometimes less, but that's kind of the median right there. But because this tour was supposed to be different, we're in these bigger rooms, as I was telling you last night, and it's like, it would be really cool if that band's like 50 to 100 kids were there, and like, but if we did this the right way, like it was our tour, we'd be all in these small rooms, and we'd be selling most of these rooms out, and there'd be this narrative like, oh, Just Friends is super hot right now, like their tour's doing really well. It's like, you'll see that with like a lot of TikTok artists who tour for the first time. They'll either get like screwed over and get thrown in these massive rooms and no one shows up, Or in a smart team, they put you in these like totally small rooms, like someone who could probably do like, you know, let's say 3,000 tickets, you're throwing them in a 300 cap room. Oh, it gets sold out in like 2 minutes. It's like, it's all fake, you know what I mean? So that's why for us, it's like, we're trying to remember, you know, we're not doing it for the numbers. We're doing it because we love each other and we love music and and we believe in the art that we're making. But it is tough, you know, like I was telling you last night, you roll up to the gig and, you know, you sold 150 tickets and then this room could fit like 1,000 people and like the stage seems like an afterthought. It's like, you know, but like I tell the fans, it's like the transparency too, where it's just like I was saying last night, it's like, it's not lost on us. It's a privilege to do what we do. And if, you know, we had it our way, maybe the narrative would look a lot different. We'd get, you know, different. We'd look a lot hotter than we are. But it's pretty incredible where we are. It's a band that's been around for 10 years and we're continuing to grow. We're 7 people and we're doing like an average of like 100, 200, 300 kids a night, you know, sometimes more, sometimes less. And like that's nothing to scoff at. That's something to be super proud of. But
our band's fucking killing it. Like it, you know, this situation got botched for like a lot of things that were out of our control. So obviously, like, we're having nights where, like, you know, the gig looks bad. But honestly, like, so grateful for our fans because every show has been insane. And, like, the smallest rooms, honestly, have been selling the most merch. Like, they've outdone much bigger rooms. You know, it's, like, the way that these people, like, have shown up for us and also the way that we're showing up for each other. And because we all know it's fucked, you know.
So I'm up there talking my shit.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
And just, you know, I've been able to like. It's weird because you get disconnected from stuff, especially playing like for the bands that we've supported, like big fucking shows. And we're so fucking awesome that like our energy's always cool and people like it and people like our live shows, and. So I don't know, I personally, I'll speak for myself, I get desensitized to how incredible what we do is and, like, the privilege that we have and the fucking chemistry that our band has and, like, the beauty that we make together. I've been getting that reminder, you know, and, like, reconnecting to it because, like, it's interesting how the botching of this has made all this space for me to think more and be like, wow, dude, like, you really killed it at that show. And I think all the time, like, I couldn't do what you just did and I couldn't do what you just did, and like you can do what I just did. You know. And just like getting when you expect something to go badly but then you get really good news like the show was amazing or like we killed it on merch, you're kind of like, all right.
Also
we fucked that up.
Yeah, it allowed us to get closer to that young culture band too. It's like
they're so cool.
Like I always say every night, like, and I want to, you know, tell everybody. It's like when I got the phone call that, you know, the other band's backing out, and like the second phone call I got was like, we're still riding, and like those dudes, like
we didn't know them.
We didn't know them at all. It's like also not maybe the type of music that even fits with ours, or even like that I maybe like listen to, but it's like.
Also, me and Alex had fake beef because we both like missed each other at one of our shows. Like, he thought I cool guyed him, and I thought he was like cool guying me. So when this got booked, I was like, okay, I'll do it. But I had to let Sam know, like, I don't know about that dude. And then the first day I met him, I was like, that guy fucking rocks. Yeah. And one time, like a weekend, I told him, I was like, dude, I gotta apologize to you, bro. Like, I thought you were a fucking bitch. And he was like, bro, I thought you fucking cool guyed me, like, at the thing. Yeah, so now we're in love. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
That's what I mean. It's like we've, you know, and I as much, like, I love the shit talking too, but it's like learning to, like, make it into, like, put an emphasis on the positive. It's like all that time I was talking about and spending the energy on, like, you know, dogging on this situation and like this and that. It's like I could have been talking about like the record that we just put out and the record that we made and why we're doing this and like, you know, let's make space for that, you know. Baby. And but you know, we find a balance, just like life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have.
You are what you is.
So, yeah, but it's been going good, and we're surprised every night. And like when we need the crowd to give us that energy, they show up. Yeah. And it's like I say, it's like if there's 93 people in freaking Syracuse, if it's 300 people in Columbus, you know, whatever it is, like, you know, we're gonna give the same show every single time.
Yeah, and if
it's smaller, maybe I'm even talk a little bit more shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel like I told everyone I feel safe up here. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Like, I feel like you guys are, you know, letting me be me, and that's a beautiful thing because, you know, you grow up and so many people tell you can't be who you are, and like, you know, even too, it's like with, you know, the shit talking to, it's like I've been told, you know, I am who I am, you know, and that's like all I can be, and you know, fucking, it's like I get to make music with my best friends, and that's always gonna be the top priority. You know what I mean? And the fact that anybody freaking shows up, it's like it could have been an absolute disaster with nobody, and I still would have been like, this is still hella fun.
Yeah,
like, we're killing it, having a good time. Like, you know,
that's like that one show when you turn to everybody or like Yug or whatever, and we're like, all right, so it is what it is. You know, let's have like a beautiful show. It's such a privilege to play with you guys, you know, and like we love each other so much. I know everybody probably says that, but we really do. And like, I mean, I could just practice with these guys like once in a while, and that would make me feel good, you know. So just like I just love playing music together.
The fact that we conned a record label to give us all this money. You
know what I'm saying? Fool them with another record.
Fucking all this shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, it doesn't matter what happens to us. We got each other, and we got the music we make, and, you know, it seems to connect with some people. And
it's fucking good.
Yeah. It's fucking, yeah. So my favorite thing is like Joel, our manager. He's like, we'll play shows with other people, and he's like, yeah, when you guys go on stage, definitely the adults are here, like, because it's like we have an unfair advantage of like the, you know, going back to like we're all in music education, we had that privilege to do all that. Like, I, you know, went to college thinking I was gonna be a jazz bass player, and then
I do musicals, but that's about it. But
it's like we were doing marching band, color guard, you know,
color guard,
all that. The whole like early is on time, late is, you know, rude or whatever, that all the stuff ingrained in my mind.
Late is blonde.
That Whiplash movie is like what I lived, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Dude, so
tour's been tight.
Fuck yeah.
Tours are cool. Yeah.
No, you guys put on an amazing show, dude. It was awesome. The energy was great. You guys killed it, like legit.
Thank you.
You legit killed it. I brought one of my friends with me that never really like listened to your guys' music. He fucking loved it. He's like, dude, I want to go see them again. They're fucking sick.
That's beautiful.
So,
it's like I get kind of worried because it's like some people are like, this is our 10th time that we've seen you. It's like, man, we hope you keep coming back, man.
Yeah. My favorite are the fans that like I've found a couple this tour. They've been like, oh yeah, like I saw you opening for this band, or I saw you like supporting that tour. And, like, honestly, you guys stole the show. Like, I can't believe it. And I'm always like, yes.
One time we were on a tour where we were relegated to the second spot out of 4. And then the other 2 bands were like, we don't, like, their suits were like, yeah, this is how it should be. And then the bands showed up and they're like, we don't want that.
Right.
We don't want to play after you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's also, too, I try to make it like that, too. I want a statement.
100%.
I want the statement
I mean, that's
made.
our goal, you know?
Yeah. Eric from Mom Jeans is like,
oh, no, bummer.
Yeah, Eric always says, like, I just want to go up there and play with my food, man. Like, I just want to, like, I'm up there, like, we've done the work, bro. Like, let's get it. Like, So, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. What's next for you guys? Are you guys still on tour for a bit?
We have, like, a week left, and then for Just Friends we have a couple things in the works for 2024, like some stuff that's getting that's coming, materializing, you know. We have so much music we want, like, we just write music, we're songwriters, so it's like you were just trying to, like, in this business too, it's like you want to strategically do what is next, so it's like a lot of people will probably expect like maybe acoustic versions of some songs, maybe deluxe version of like the record. Like
we've talked about even doing like a double record.
That's the dream,
like
speaker,
a semi-Brondy side kind of thing.
Yeah, like speaker box Love Below, like type of shit, where it's like the Sam record, the Broad record. Because we wrote like 50 songs for Gusher, and we only had to cut it at 13.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot.
They also were like, maybe you should just do 10, and I was like, man, Chili's released 17.
Good. Yeah.
But then it's also too, you're seeing that too, where it's like Spotify. Yeah. All these things control the narrative now, where it's like 10-song records. Like if we put up those 3 songs later on, maybe they would have got more attention. But I want people to we go to the studio to make a record and build a world.
Right. We chose to we were like talking about, it seems like it'd be a smart move to release a 10-song record and then have 3 songs later to kind of keep like this dynamic and this momentum. But I think we chose to go like the art route because, you have to make these decisions. And we were like, we feel strongly enough about wanting the record. Like the record is the heart and the soul and the spirit of our business because it is kind of a business now, as fun and awesome as it is. And, it's a business, so you have to make certain sacrifices. But, we were like, we don't want to make this one. We want to make a record that we can look back on and be like, fucking, that's my child, that's my art, that's my soul.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and also like you said, like we can write a song anytime, any day, any second, and it's gonna slap. So we're like, we've got so many shits, like we got so many loaded clips, like we could just write another song.
Fuck yeah.
So it's kind of like that, where it's like, well, I think what we're waiting on right now is like to talk to the label and see like how's it going, like what's next, like. But no matter what, we're gonna keep working on music, and then we got some shows. Hopefully, we're I don't know, we got a lot of stuff.
We have a lot of options. I think we needed and we still do need to see what happens or like how this tour ends and how everything lands before we decide to take a route. But I mean,
we want to do a music video, like Be Kind Rewind.
We want to do more music videos for this record.
The home movie thing. For Love Bug on the record, we want to have dress Brandon up as the Love Bug
made a whole storyboard.
That'll be dope.
You
have to do that.
People don't know that movie too. It pisses me off. I love that movie.
That's crazy.
Jack Black at his best.
On the cardigans. That's crazy too.
Yeah.
You guys have anything you want to plug?
I mean, just Gusher, the album.
Gusher.
That's the best record we've ever done.
Best record in the entire existence of the universe.
It's amazing.
I want Flea to listen to it one day.
We want Flea to listen to it, please. Tag Flea.
I one time had Anthony Kiedis' phone number, I think, and I found out like a couple of friends and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna shoot my shot on this one. I texted him. I was like, "What's up?" And he goes, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "Sam." And he's just like, "Sam who?" And I was like, do I lie? And so whatever. Like, and so I was like, "I got your phone number. Here's my band." And then the number was blocked. But I still love Anthony Kiedis.
That was sick.
That's awesome.
I think that's the goal, is get Red Hot Chili Peppers to listen to this album.
Yeah, that's probably it. Once we get there, I don't know what we're going to do.
They all seem like nice guys,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
It's just how we get them to listen to it.
I know.
We met the drummer of P-Funk at Riot Fest.
Yeah.
He came to our Baltimore show, and he was like... He was talking about, his Flea. And
and we're like, so.
And so I started punishing the shit out of him. I was like, so what's up? What do you smell like? What's this, that? You know what I'm saying?
What do you smell like?
And I was like, and then I went home and I was like, you know what? I'm definitely going to, message this girl full on Instagram, because he pulled out this phone with this, and I'm going to text him, and I'm going to or message him on Instagram, be like, send it to Flea. Motherfucker didn't even follow me back, bro.
Damn.
Come on now.
In Messenger.
I'm like a clown.
No,
now it's going to end up in those requests, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of my goddamn life.
Yeah.
Fucking everyone, go stream Gusher everywhere you can. Fucking go see go see Just Friends, like if they're in your town
or
like somewhere close to you, or if they're far away, drive to that show, buy a ticket, go see Just Friends. It's a fucking awesome show. They're amazing. Thank you guys like so much for coming.
Thank you. This is amazing. Thank you for having us.
So
we were getting nervous in the car right over.
It's all good.
We were in the Uber and it was like smelling crazy.
Oh my god, it smells so strong.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we were texting each other being like, bro, you nervous? And then you're like, yeah, hell yeah, bro. What the fuck? Are you high on mushrooms too? Fucking shit.
Well, thanks everyone for watching this episode of Maximum Zach. Stay maximum. Also, go check out the Patreon, patreon.com/MaximumZach. There's a whole other podcast on there and a bunch of other stuff. Stay maximum.
Nice.
Cool. Oh, yeah.